I went and saw the animated adaptation of Batman the Killing Joke tonight in Joliet at the theater in the mall. And I enjoyed it. I'll show you. I have this little way that I determine how much a movie held my attention. I base it on how much of my drink is left after the movie is over. I've noticed that if a movie holds my attention, I won't drink from it as much, so there'll be some left over when I'm finished. And I'll show you. I ordered a birthday cake milkshake at the concession stand before I went in, and as you can see, there's quite a bit left. So it did a good job of holding my attention. It was good. It was generally faithful to the original comic written by Alan Moore and drawn by Brian Bolland. The only real thing that stands out that I think they could have done better is that I wish they would have stuck to the original color scheme of the comic when it was first published back in 1988. It had this really, really garish color scheme of these yellows and oranges and reds, and it was just it added to it gave it a real bizarre, nightmarish quality, which I thought was good. And they redid the color scheme for the more in 2009. They came out with a deluxe edition, and they gave it a different color scheme, gave it a little more muted, more subdued, which is okay. I mean, it's their comic; they can do whatever they want with it, But I preferred the original color scheme, and in fact, there's this one guy. He redid the trailer for it in the original color schemes of the comic, and I'll post a link to it in the description section so you can go and see for yourself what this movie could have been like. And I think it would have worked. It would have been a lot better. It was good. It was already good, but it would have been even more good, I think, if they'd have stuck to the original color schemes. Everybody did a good job on it. Mark Hamill, of course. Some guy, I was walking out of the theater, and I overheard this one guy saying, "Well, Mark Hamill stole the show," And well, yeah, I mean, that's what he does. He is the Joker. And they brought him back. They brought Kevin Conroy back as Batman, and Tara Strong was back as Batgirl. And it was they all did an excellent job. I was especially impressed with Mark Hamill singing. The scene where he kidnaps Commissioner Gordon and takes him through this carnival spook house ride, and if you've read the novel, you know the part I'm talking about where the Joker sings this little song, and I was waiting for it. I was looking forward to see what they would do with it, and Mark Hamill did not disappoint. He actually sang the little song as Commissioner Gordon's going through the ride, and I was impressed. They did a really good job with that. It was a good job all around. I didn't hate it. Some parts, were more faithful to the original graphic novel than others, but I'm not really complaining about that. I'm not really complaining about them not using the original color scheme either, but I just thought it would have made it better. It was already good, and that would have made it even more good. And I did stay. They had a little thing afterwards, a little mini behind the scenes thing where they talked about composing the music, and I stayed for that. And they talked about, they showed Mark Hamill recording his lines, and they showed him singing the song, and he was getting into it, and I enjoyed that. They always said how, I've always heard how Mark Hamill gets, he really gets into the role when he plays the Joker, and I've always wanted to see a clip of that, which I did, and I enjoyed it. It was very good. If you get a chance to see it, it's going to come out on DVD and Blu-ray. But if you get a chance, also read the graphic novel, because it's one of the best Batman stories. It's one of the best Joker stories, one of the best Batman stories, one of the best comic stories of all time. And if you get a chance, try and find a copy with the original coloring that was done in it, because it really adds to the story. And that's pretty much it. I did enjoy it, and it was good. I liked it. I thought that my previous part I thought that didn't get saved properly, and I was wondering if I was going to have to reshoot it over again. But it did get saved, just not in the space I was expecting it to get saved at. So that part was okay, and I apologize. I saw how the light keeps fading in and out, and it would blur a little bit. So I'm shooting this at a different angle where the light is better, so hopefully you can see me better. It doesn't seem to be fading, and it's not blurring, so I think this is better. I did get a chance to rethink about the movie a little bit more. Oh, it's getting a little dark there. It's brightening up a little bit again. I did get a chance to think a little bit more about the movie, and there was a part that I did not like. I did not care for this at all. It was a scene in the prologue. There is a little prologue that shows what led up to the main part of the movie. It involved Barbara, Batgirl. Well, she was in her regular identity as Barbara Gordon, and what was it? She was coming out of a cafe or something, and she was walking past this couple who were arguing, and the guy... It's getting dark on me again. The guy told his girlfriend that she was... Basically, she was smothering him, and he needed space. And Barbara she physically assaulted a complete stranger that she was walking by on the street for no reason other than the fact that he told his girlfriend he needed space. And I'm sorry, no, I did not like that at all. She wasn't on patrol as Batgirl. This guy was not a criminal. He was not abusing his girlfriend. I know some people may think that standing up to your significant other when they're doing something you don't like is considered abusive. But he had not done anything. He was not assaulting her. He had not committed any crime. All he did was tell his girlfriend he needed space. And she assaulted him for it. That I did not know. I do like Batgirl. She is one of my favorite superheroines. But they really did not. They dropped the ball with that. I'm sorry. In the story, just the day before, just the day I was going to go see it, everybody was complaining online about this little prologue and how it didn't actually show this, but it implied that Barbara and Bruce had an intimate moment. It didn't actually show that. All it showed was her taking her top off, and she had a bra underneath, and the camera panned up to this gargoyle that was sitting there watching them, obviously. That didn't really bother me. Not as much as this scene with her tossing this guy into the bushes because he said he told his girlfriend he needed space. That did bother me. That it's okay to assault total strangers just because you overhear them say something that you don't like. And she didn't know what was going on in that relationship. For all we know, she could have been smothering him, and he did need space. It does happen. Women aren't the only one that need their space. Guys need it too. And that is no reason to attack them. That part I did not like. No, they dropped the ball with that one. Everything else about the movie was okay. Except for just that one part. That's all.